Get your own laptop.
Shits or giggles, son. What's it gonna be?
I've left everything as it is, officer. Everything. Ugh, shit.
Shits it is then.
The Mini Pocket 0 to 360 full RGB LED light. I hope you enjoyed that quick little short I did there. I actually shot that with my brothers. Just a little bit of fun, but it was to really show off exactly what this little light can do. It's a full RGB light, 0 to 360 from YPP. I'm quite impressed with what this can do, if I'm honest. I'll just do a very quick unboxing so you can see exactly what you get in the package. So we have the instructions, the YPP YY150. I'll be honest, just by looking at the unit already, it's very straightforward, quite intuitive, and once you've used it a couple of times, away you go. So diving straight into what you get in the box, we have a little mount which you screw into the bottom of the light. This just gives you a hot shoe mount, so there's nothing especially impressive about it, but it does give you that option which goes into the thread on the bottom of the light. And a USB-C charging cable, because yes, it has quick charge via USB-C. It doesn't quite charge up as fast as your mobile phone, but it still does it in just a couple of hours, and it can give you 3 hours of use at full brightness. It's pretty cool, and it's really bright. So here is the light itself, and as you can see, just tells you the options of colours you've got and roughly where you will be in the range. On the side you have your buttons, and you can probably see on the overhead there, power button set for your options plus and minus, and your USB-C connector on the bottom there as well. You've also got your thread there on the side and your thread on the bottom as previously mentioned. So you've got a couple of mounting options which make it quite nice. It's as you'd expect from a light like this. Now, some of the basics that I know about this light, it's 150 piece LEDs. There's 150 LEDs in here. Full color RGB hue from 0 to 1530. Support for 10 scenes. I think that just means in relation to some of the effects this does. You've got candle lights and police lights outside, a few different things like that, which I'll show you in a second. So it's got a huge range with color temperature as well, 2500 to 8500 Kelvin. That's quite a large range. And the light that this seems to pump out is pretty damn good, if I'm honest. So obviously it comes with its own pouch. I don't think that's anything particular to shout about, if I'm honest. It's just a cheap clamshell. You can get these for a few pound off eBay, just on this own anyway. I'll show you on the back there, hold that down. It already comes with what I think is about 75% power anyway, straight out of the box. And if I go up or down, that turns it on. Now that is actually 1%, just to give you an idea. It's currently set to 5500 Kelvin. If I was to change that, we can go all the way down to 2500 and all the way up to 8500. So very impressive. So that's at 1%, but as I say, it goes up to 100%, and you can see that is blinding. That is bright. That is bouncing off of my softbox and lighting me again. And just by putting it behind, wow, yeah. As you can see, if I hide the light, you can see how much light that gives off behind. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with how bright this goes. So I'll show you on the overhead camera there. If I press the mode button, it takes us over to RGB. Now, it's currently on the hue section there, which is set to 0, and as I go up the range, you should be able to see the color of the light change as it goes through the motions. You should be able to see actually just on me there, I'm just constantly going through the colors, and it's very fast, very intuitive, and up it goes. So some other functions that it has, if I press the mode button, you've got separate RGB, so you can decide on how much red, how much green, how much blue you want to put into the light. That in itself is just handy, especially if you want to offset using the color charts. You can offset to make a much more pleasing visual feel to your films and to the movie clips that you're shooting. And so going over to the next function, we have the themes, as it's called, or the settings, and that gives you your special modes. So at 100% power, this is lightning. So if I was just to hold that out of shot, you can see it might seem like there's lightning going on outside, especially if you were to shine it through a window. Different option for lightning as well. You've got 2 different settings, so one's a little bit more intense than the other, which is quite a nice touch. Police, this is the one, again, you can just have this out of shot through the window and it gives you that look. I mean, it's self-explanatory, it's police lights, but it can be very effective. Then we have ambulance, which is just the blue lights. Fire truck, just the red lights. Fast RGB, not sure exactly what you'd use this for, it's just constantly scrolling through. Slow RGB, maybe just for a nice subtle backlight behind me. Could be good for future videos. I could have it out of sight, just producing a nice little light, nice little kicker light. SOS, if you're out and about and you get lost, this will do SOS for you. So if anyone who knows their SOS, if they're looking for you, you could just have this constantly going and someone will pick up on it. And the last one is candlelight, exactly what you think. You can just get this set and it gives just a nice little flicker and glow as if you are lit only by candlelight for those romantic moments that you're looking to shoot. I said romantic. Now it is charged by USB-C, as I said, and it has a 3300 milliamp battery. That in itself is brilliant. It's not very heavy at all, so it's a great little thing to have in your kit bag. And I know I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this, even just for lighting for interviews. You could even just light onto your background just so you can separate your subject from the background when shooting. It just gives it a much more finished professional look, and it's great just to have a couple of these. I think I will be picking up another one of these actually. So they say it has high strength aviation aluminium body. It does feel really well built. I am impressed with the build quality of this, definitely. The buttons have a lovely tactile feel, everything about it. The mounting options are pretty good. For a light that costs £130 or about $150, it's pretty awesome. As I say, it is light, it only weighs 265 grams, so that in itself just shows you it's not much heavier than maybe 2 mobile phones in the hand. Pretty good. What do I like about it? The price, the size, the weight, and to be honest, the options, the fact that you can go through the whole color scale, get the exact color you want, makes it really easy to use. And those scenes, as they call them, the extra themes, where you can set it to lightning, candlelight, ambulance, police, all those little things just make a big difference to what you can use out of this and be really creative. If you can't get creative with this, then you should look at doing something else. Dislikes, I think there's not much for the price, but if I was being really picky, I prefer a better mounting option. And as I say, the mounting option I use for monitors is probably something I'd look to pick up for this. And the case is nothing to shout about. I know this will be compared to the Aputure MC light that's come out, which is something that I'll be picking up soon, because I think that will complement this. I got a feeling this might be a little bit more powerful. It's certainly a little bit bigger, and the bag and the magnets you get on the Aputure MC is worth having. But that isn't out at the moment, and this is a great little gift to have. If you wanted to get a gift for that filmmaker in your life for Christmas, this is certainly one that I would look at, and it's going to go on to my recommended list for that photography videography friend coming in December. So I hope you found this helpful and informative. I will pop a link in the description below of where you can pick one up. Please hit that like button and subscribe. If you haven't already, it makes a huge difference to us. So please do subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you'll be kept informed of our future videos as they come out. I'm Matt from Roto, and I'm looking for a new way to sign off these videos. Put a comment down below, let me know what you want me to say. If it's funny enough, I'll say it as my next sign off. But until then, I'll catch you in the next one.